Okay, that's interesting. Okay, that's what's up. Hey y'all, what's up? Jamie, that's me here. Oh, welcome to the channel. For the new people, okay, and for everybody, like up the video for me. We do have a few things that I want to chat about, right? But I was over here testing my sound audio and just making sure everything was working or whatever. And I was like, let me just go on Twitter, because usually when I hop on there, there is always like a video or something playing. So I'm like, I'm just going to press play on whatever the first thing is. And ironically, this post came up regarding the teacher, and I want us to check it out. You know, the teacher that got in trouble regarding the students unbraiding his hair. And I know y'all like, girl, I'm so tired of this conversation. I understand. I know. I get it. I understand. But I want to get into what this person's saying. You know, I think I let it play for like 10 seconds or so, no more than 20. So I didn't really get into everything that he said. So I was like, I'm just going to play it at the top of the video, okay? Shout out to Quan. What's going on? Thanks for being here. What's up, Film Boy? Just Me B. What's up, Astro? Hey, Keisha Boo. What's up, Brittany? Hey, B. What's going on? So let me go ahead and pull my screen up for you guys so that we can get into some things. Did y'all get notifications? Let me know. What's up, Alicia? Let me know if y'all got notifications or if I just went live and y'all was just like, oh, okay, she live. Cause you know, I don't know what's been going on with YouTube lately. She been acting a little funny, honey. What's up, Sanevia? Did I say it right? Baby, I'm tuned in. You look so pretty with the bust down, Jamie. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. What's up, Dessa? What's up, 07, honey? What's going on? Okay, let me get my screen up. I'm over here trying to multitask, child. Okay. Let's get this off the screen. And let's check this out. So the post that this person reposted, it says about that teacher and boundaries. Okay. This person says, I hope people genuinely hear, because we know folks don't always hear. On here, they said that this professional is saying it's not just about that teacher and those students, but modeling and normalizing behavior that could lead to harm, either for the students in other situations or due to people watching this, thinking physical touch, intimacy between teacher and student is okay. So I just want to hear what this person has to say about this. Okay, so let's check it out.
We're asking the wrong questions about the teacher who was reportedly fired for having a group of girls take down his braids in class. We're watching this video and we're asking, are his intentions pure and is this too intimate? But those are the wrong questions to ask, because we can only answer them after somebody's been harmed. The questions we need to be asking are, what is being normalized by this interaction, and what feelings might this interaction be causing in a child? As a youth development professional, your intentions are irrelevant when you realize your job is to model behavior that can and should be replicated by other people in your position. So what is being normalized by this interaction is being live streamed, physical touch and proximity. And it's being normalized not only for the young people, but for everybody watching. And that's important. At best, this interaction creates a foundation for something called transference. Transference is when feelings and desires get projected from one person to another based on past relationships and unmet needs. Transference can create feelings for a kid that are inappropriate and unproductive for a teacher-student relationship. So a young person who has unmet needs for affection, attention, and validation might project feelings of admiration onto an adult who just introduced physical touch into their relationship. That, in and of itself, makes a young person more vulnerable to harm when those inappropriate expectations aren't met. If those inappropriate expectations are met, or if they take those same boundaries into relationships with other adults. Inviting physical touch into a teacher-student relationship creates fertile ground for grooming. That's the process a predator uses to build trust and emotional connection with a young person they intend to manipulate, exploit, or harm. They might use attention, affection, guidance, and special treatment to fill an emotional need from a kid's life. Then they'll desensitize that young person to physical touch and sexual topics, starting small and building up. All the while, they're testing their boundaries to see how far they can push before a young person resists or someone speaks up. The entire time, there's plausible deniability. The point is to slowly push the boundaries and make everybody involved question whether or not their suspicions are warranted. The kid, the parents, the people around the kid. So if something doesn't feel right, but you just can't put your finger on why, or it doesn't seem like a big deal, if it seems like a gray area but just not big enough to speak up about, that's the point. Making people question their own instincts means the victim and the audience are groomed or prepared for the next step. So how can you tell the difference between someone who's unknowingly creating the conditions where transference might occur and someone who is grooming a young person and the people around them for abuse? You can't. If you could, kids would be a lot safer. There are people who will say that this sort of interaction is necessary to build culturally responsive relationships in school.
And he goes on to say, it's not. He goes on to say in the rest of that, he wasn't able to finish it, I guess how it cropped. But as you see in the little caption there, closed caption, it says, he pretty much says it's not. Okay. I really like his response to that in my personal. I thought that was very well put together. You know, I think it was very well thought out. You know, I feel like he gave, I guess you could say like I'm saying educated response, but more from like a teacher response, kind of, a professional response. Whereas, you know, when I hop on here, I'm just running my mouth. Okay. I'm just telling you what it is that I think. Okay. So yeah, I feel like he pretty much it said a lot of what I said in a completely different way. And I really like how he went about saying that. And he's right. And it's crazy and cringeworthy in my personal to see a lot of people try to justify that. Like, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't. And he was wrong. And, you know, it is what it is. You know, we don't know for sure if he's been fired. I told y'all before the people that did not catch that live, I feel like he could have been put on leave for the remainder of the year, because I'm sure the year is over with next week. So it's 2 weeks. They probably was like, bye, you could go on your vacation early for summer. But it doesn't mean once the hype and things die down that they won't bring him back to the school to continue to work with him, because he could have possibly not had any marks on his teacher record while being at the school, and this was like the only thing that brought a lot of attention. But you know, as time passes on, people do forget. You know, a lot of times I feel like companies do this too, not just schools. Like when somebody's under fire, they'll lay that person off, or they'll put them on leave. Girl, police off. The POs, the people in blue do it all the time. They'll make that person step away from the company for the time being, and when it dies down and it's no longer a conversation, they reel that person back in. I think if they were to bring him back, what they would require of him is to probably alter how he shows himself on TikTok. And as it pertains to their school as well, he probably won't be able to use the school. I keep wanting to say university, but these are children. He probably won't be able to use the school nor the kids for content or monetization, you know, moving forward. He'll have to come up with something else, and I'm sure he'll probably figure that out, you know. So yeah, so that's really interesting. Okay, so it was reported that he was fired. We shall see. We'll see if they're going to try and slide him back into the door at the top of the school year. And whether or not that could be the case, or they try to slide him in and he'd be like, no, I figured out something else. I'm cool, you know. So, yeah. We shall see. We shall see. Okay, so that's what's going on with that. It just popped into my lap when I was like, let me test this audio. And I guess it happened for a reason, and I'm glad that it did, because I wanted to hear what he had to say. So that was really good in my personal. Okay, so we got a few things to talk about, as you see over here on the screen, girl. We got a lot to get into. We got to talk about that raggedy ass guardian that done sat up there. Now, y'all been following the story with me? Have y'all been keeping up with my Wendy videos? Did y'all watch that hour-long video I did about the guardianships and how they sneaky as dog? And I did another one in the car where I played some audio and we heard different situations about, and you know what, I guess while I'm speaking on it, we could just hop into Wendy. We heard different situations of people's family members being in guardianships and how they had no access to these people, and all their money and stuff was used to hell up, and they go to these people's houses and threaten them. We thought that I Care a Lot was just a movie, just something to be just to be doing. Nah. It was given heavy on the real life, because people is really out here doing that. And I feel like America got so much they need to work on, but they keep sending billions and billions of dollars over there to other countries like I give a damn. I hate to say it. Y'all need to really if sweep around your own front door was a person, like, y'all really need to sweep around y'all own motherfucking door. I'm trying to figure out how is that even okay, and y'all let folks get away with it. And then I be hearing about these squatters. This is off the subject, and we'll go back to the guardianships or whatnot. But I be hearing about squatters squatting in these motherfucking people's houses and stuff, and these people can't even get them out the house. It's like squatters got rights, but people that actually purchase property don't have rights to their own property. I keep seeing cases where people are fighting to try and get these squatters up out their damn house. That is crazy work. I think they even had one in my county recently, but I think that squatter got arrested. I said I was gonna look into that, but I don't know if they were able to get the person out the house and arrest them. I don't know if it's based on the county. The county has certain laws about squatters versus others that don't. But it's just like, what the hell? These people spend hundreds of thousands of dollars for their property, and if they leave it vacant for whatever reason, somebody could just go up in their SHI, and you mean to tell me y'all can't do shit about it? Are y'all okay? And then this is the biggest scam. Well, it ain't the biggest. I feel like insurance is one of the biggest scams in my personal. Another scam here. I feel like it's HOA. I think HOA is definitely giving a scam. I mean, I think it's great to have someone that's going to kind of police the neighborhood to make sure everything looks nice and tidy in the area. I think that's good. You know what I'm saying? But when you really try and tell a person that they spent $500 million on their home what they can and cannot do, that's a problem, girl. What? That's a problem. And then I don't know if whoever's over the HOA be living in the neighborhoods or not. I don't know if you're required to live in neighborhoods or how they work, but I'm just like, you need to live in this neighborhood and you need to show your motherfucking face, because if Sarah need to walk down the street and knock on your whole ass door, she know where to come, bitch. But anyway, a mess. Sitting up there dictating what people can and cannot do to their house. And then I think I heard one of them, I think somebody on TikTok was talking about how you can't work on your car in your garage. Who the fuck is you talking to? What? You not supposed to be able to work on cars in your garage? Are you crazy? Oh, hell nah. We gonna work on this car. We gonna have to figure something. This car getting worked on. If that's what it is. Like, I just feel like HOA is the scam. It's a scheme that y'all set up to come to the people with the bullshit, the same way these corporations set up purchasing all these damn houses, trying to rise the prices on these houses and making it limited. So when you ain't got a lot of houses available and they already ain't building a whole lot or whatever, and the ones they are building, they overpricing, then we find ourselves in this situation where shit is just too high. You know what I'm saying? It's like y'all purposely want to mess up the economy or whatever. But girl, it's a mess. I feel like I could talk about this all day. But HOA is definitely giving scams for sure. Y'all really do. Y'all be giving scam. Every time I hop on social media, I'm learning, especially primarily TikTok. This is where I see it at. So y'all can tell what's on my For You page. That's what I see. Somebody talk about HOA and they over there complaining about it. And if they take it to TikTok and say anything about them, then they turn around and they get another letter. They find something else wrong with the property just to put them people in a tight position. And I think if you don't pay your HOA fees, or I don't know, I think they said if you don't pay your HOA fees, they can put a lien on your house. Pretty much, and kind of like snatch your house. And I just feel like a BITCH that ain't put in on that $500 million or whatever you paid on your house, even if it's $200,000, $100,000, if a BITCH ain't put in on that hoe should not be able to dictate whether or not a lien goes on that property or not. In my personal, okay, that's just my personal. So I don't think that's right at all. And ain't no telling what else they could do that could end up putting a lien on your property. Like, that's some fucked up stuff. I don't know if the fees that you may owe, because it could be HOA fee, but in addition to that, it may be get this, change your mailbox by X date, and if you don't, there's a fine or whatever. And if you don't pay them fines, then maybe it just adds up, and then once you reach a certain number, maybe they could just try and put a lien on your property. Like, I just feel like this shit's a scam in my personal. But anywho, let's get back to these guardianships, because them hoes know that they are scams and everybody is in cahoots, and I cannot take it. I would love to see the day that a lot of you guys have have the same fate as the woman over there in Las Vegas that decided she was going to pull up to this old couple's home, knock on the door and force them out and tell them they either going to go to a mental institution or a nursing home. They scared as hell, don't know what the fuck going on, so they just decide to leave their property and go with these people. Do you know that's kidnapping in my personal? I feel like that is kidnapping. Y'all are kidnapping people. Okay, nobody called for your services saying something's going on with this person, and I think that they might need a whatever. I think y'all do y'all research and y'all seek people out based on their bank accounts, and their elderly age, and then force these people out of their house. Daughter could not find them for I don't know how long. I think it probably took over a year for her to find out where the hell her parents were. Okay, finally located them at a nursing home. Not even sure how she got them back. I'll have to go back and check out my own video to see how she got them back. But when she did, baby, an investigation went into that guardian. And what we learned, and this was not an attorney. So in New York, they have a lot of attorneys that are guardians. And I'm sure in a lot of places, they have a lot of attorneys that are guardians. But it appears that you can become a professional guardian without even being an attorney. You just take a class for it, which I feel like is even... I'm like, so anybody could just sign up to be a fucking professional guardian? Like, that's just weird. But anyway, when they did find out, they did an investigation into this woman who ran her own little company or whatever, and she was a professional guardian. And this lady was literally performing, I guess you could say, administrative services or whatnot for this family without them asking her to. But she took over all of their stuff, right? And every little thing she did for them, she charged them. If they needed some pants, the pants could be $8. She gonna charge them $40 on top of that $8. Hello? $40 on top of that $8. They did an investigation into her ass. And she actually was stupid enough to sit down and do the interview. And I know she did that interview to make it appear as though she ain't had nothing to hide. Well, girl, you done incriminated your goddamn self. So what ended up happening was the family ended up suing her. And she lost that case. And I think she had to pay them folks $9 million. Whether they got it to this day, I doubt it. But she also had to serve some jail time as well. And I think it's been other cases out there in Nevada or whatnot. And ain't no telling where else, because I even thought about just like looking up more states to see what's going on with guardianships there. And guardianship really ain't nothing but a conservatorship, for real. But I wonder, with a conservatorship, I guess it's different. And I haven't looked that up, but I wonder if when you're in a conservatorship, that's really with a family member. A family member is in charge of your stuff, but when you're with the guardian, it's given like a stranger is in charge of your stuff. And they can sell your property, because with that girl and this other guy, I remember from another story, they were selling her parents' belongings. I don't think they sold the house yet, but this other situation out in Brooklyn, they sold the belongings in the house and turned around and sold the motherfucking house for a few $1 million. And you better believe the guardian got a portion of that. Hello? So Wendy's house being sold. Hello? So yeah, it's a mess. And they pretty much put the family in a position to where they have absolutely no rights over, their family members. Same thing they did to little Kelvin when everybody was trying to drag Kelvin and say, oh, you over there running up your mama card and this, that, and the other. That boy was down there trying to help get his mama back well, and he wasn't doing nothing out of the normal that she would not allow him to do. They were rich. Okay? And if you listen to Wendy, all she ever wanted to do was do for her child. Okay? What they did was they threatened that baby when he was trying to, get his mama back to good health. When she was around family, she was doing better. Okay, they threatened that baby, told him he got to bring his mama back. If he don't, they're going to charge him with kidnapping. He ain't know what to do. I think he could have been like 18, 19, something like that. He's scared. I ain't never been no trouble for real before. What the hell is this? Dang, so I guess I got to send my mama back. Shortly after they sent her back, what happened? Wells Fargo pulled a stunt. Lori Schiller, I think is what they call him. Pulled a stunt. And I remember when he did a video saying Wells Fargo and Lori Schiller are doing something. She said they are. I think she said they're trying to do a guardianship to keep me out of my accounts. She was not lying. And I don't think I was really into what Wendy was saying at the time until time has passed. I see the documentary and then I'm doing more research and I'm like, Wendy was trying to tell us from the very beginning, but I don't know. I don't know if a lot of people couldn't do nothing for her, or they didn't understand what she was saying, thought that she was just talking. I don't know. And then what else happened after that with the so Wendy, yeah, the Lori Sheller thing. Next thing you know, I forgot the judge's name. I hate that I forgot her name. But she granted Sabrina Morisi control over Wendy as the guardianship over all of her accounts and stuff. They removed her son as the power of attorney, so he don't have no control over anything, which is truly fucked up. Because if anything happens to his mom, he's not going to get anything. The property selling on behalf of Wendy, he's not going to get anything, but I'm sure the guardian will. What else did I want to say about that? He's not going to get anything. They sold it. The guardian is more than likely going to get a portion of that. And Kelvin Hunter, okay? A lot of people have been on his back because they so mad. Oh, you cheated. Oh, you cheated on your wife. Oh, my God, you had a baby on her. Da, 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 da. Y'all gonna really act like Wendy didn't know? I really believe Wendy knew because the news had been out there for a long time that he had a whole nother woman and he been dating that woman for 10 years. Ain't no man finna be up here and be with a woman outside of their marriage and the wife not know nothing about it. I feel like Wendy probably got to a place as her health started to, become more, of a thing. I think she got to a place where she was kind of okay with it as long as it was quiet. But the moment that she got pregnant and I don't know if it was after, when he welcomed, I think he welcomed the baby girl. Once the baby girl was welcomed, because remember now, we all knew about the pregnancy. Wendy still act like my husband, woo-doo-woo-doo-woo. She loved her some Kelvin, but when that baby came and she heard the response for real from people, that's when she decided to file for that divorce from him. But if that man would have had that baby quiet and nobody would have said that, Wendy would still be married to him. But anywho, so all in all, once they divorced, of course, he was awarded some type of money, okay? Spousal support, whatever you want to call it. He supposed to get a coin from her. All right, when Miss Sabrina came in and she took over the case and put her under that guardianship, I believe in January 2022, that's when his checks stopped as well. This man has gone to court and he's like, listen, I'm owed money. Where the hell is my money? Everybody else like, get it how you live. Nanny boo boo, that's what you get. You shouldn't have cheated. You don't owe no money. Listen, at the end of the day, whatever it was, it's court ordered for that man to receive his check. Court ordered. Okay. So once he took it to court trying to get more, trying to continue to press, when he did that, Miss Sabrina responded by trying to place a gag order on him to prevent him from talking about this case, and then also turned around and trying to put a gag order. Also said that he owes them money or whatever. So once they get to the courts, the judge is like, he needs information. Like, in order for him to present his case, he has to have discovery, which from my understanding is a requirement because both attorneys are supposed to have the evidence of what's at base. So he needs to be able to get the financial records. Now, what's crazy to me is the fact that she was already supposed to get him the records, like I think in 2022. Here we are in 2024 and he still hasn't got the records. What is going on? Why hasn't he got? I hope he got the records now. But they just went to court last month, and then now here we are. She done sold this house. And not to mention, I'm sure she sold the house because what did we find out? Wendy had a tax lien of $500 and some thousand. And I'm over here like, well, why she got a tax lien of $500 and some thousand that wasn't paid? Oh, and it seemed like it was from 2021 or whatever. You took over ownership of that lady in 2022, so was you not paying them taxes? What was the first order of payment under you is my question. So, yeah, I hope he gets all the damn records. I do. I hope he gets all of the records. I hope he can skim through it and see what's going on. But y'all got to, for me, it's like some is definitely sketchy already with guardianships as a whole. But it's the fact that the man was supposed to get the paperwork over a year ago. And he still hasn't gotten it. And I feel a way that the judge did not, apply more pressure to that. I wonder if attorneys can be held in contempt if they do not provide stuff to people. I feel like the judge should have probably put a date on it. Like, okay, you need to get him this paperwork by X, Y, and Z date or of some sort. And if they don't do it, I wonder what happens. Are they in trouble or anything? But yeah, so I don't like that. And I hope that he gets all that he needs to get so we can find out what the hell really going on with that lady money. And actually, what happened with this money? Because they saying that the house sold for less than what the hell she bought it for. And it's multiple houses in that same building that's for sale. What made them want to go and purchase the exact one Wendy had? What was it about that one? So, girl, I don't know. I just don't trust nobody, and it's just gonna have to give. I'm gonna have to do some additional research to really see what's really going on over here, cause it's giving sketchy. But I do want to hop into this article to give y'all more details about this. Okay. All right. Of course, Wendy's dream New York penthouse has sold by The Guardian. Okay. Now, they're saying that the transaction closed on May 10th. It occurred only several years after Williams acquired the financial district property. Now, it's just crazy because all I can think about is what happened with that family over there in Nevada. Okay. If you watch the documentary, I believe Wendy mentioned that she was supposed to be moving out of that property at a later time. I think it happened on that second part of the documentary. Wendy ended up being put up in a facility. I don't know if anybody knew exactly where she was, but I think the girl with the crazy hair or whatever, I think she tried to say that Wendy likes the location or likes where she's about to go to. But the fact that she was pulled out of her home, even though she had all of this quote unquote help around her, which really wasn't like helping her for real, in my opinion. But you pulled her out of her home. And then why is it her own family couldn't be there to help her, but you got these random strangers around her and you cleared those people to be around her? And then the family even said they reached out to her and she ain't been responsive, which makes so much sense because that's typical for a lot of guardians that I've, looked up or whatever. But you pulled a lady out of her home, stashed her in a facility when she fine where the hell she at. Okay. And then here's the gag for me. Moving Wendy over to that facility, I'm sure was a fee. Just to move her from her house to that facility. And just to make sure her bills are paid at that facility was a fee. And making sure her bills were paid at the other house is also a fee. The question is, how much were the fees? It's not, I don't like that. But anywho, moved the lady out her house. And then next thing you know, the property sells not too much longer after that. Okay. It just makes me think about that couple in Nevada. Y'all moved them folks out their house, put them over there in whatever facility. And then next thing you know, y'all selling belongings. I don't know if they sold the house, but I know they sold belongings. They probably was getting ready to sell the house. Not really sure. Not sure what was going on. But I know that daughter made sure their ass got sued. Or at least that woman did. But this is a mess. Okay. So Kelvin might want to get in touch with whoever that lady is to figure out what did they do, how did she locate her mama and her dad, and what was the process for them to move forward with, suing. I don't know if they sued. Well, I'm not sure. I would think that they sued her for just snatching the people out the house in general, or if she was getting. I would think it's that. Either that or because she also depleted their funds as well, because like I said, she was charging them more money. So it's probably the entire situation, which is why she owed the large amount that she did owe. But anywho, back to Wendy. So yeah. They're saying it's also the latest chapter in Williams' ongoing legal and personal challenges after being diagnosed in 2023 with primary progressive aphasia and frontal temporal dementia. Records assessed, they're saying that Williams was deemed incapacitated, thus necessitating the involvement of a guardian in the decision-making process regarding the sale of her residence. And you know what's crazy? Y'all don't want her around her family because y'all probably think they're going to take advantage of her. But if you feel like she ain't in her right mind, how is she going to agree with y'all about the selling of her property? And if she did, it's because she felt like she ain't had no money and probably thought that she was going to get some money off the sale of her property. Which I don't believe she got. Yikes, baby. That's a mess there. The 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom penthouse traded hands for $3.75 million, marking a considerable decrease of $822,000 from its purchase price in July. And I wonder why they sold it. I wonder why they did that. Took that much off of it, especially when shit's so damn high, especially up in New York. Y'all be trying to get all the folks' coins. So why you took a decrease this time? Trying to make sure it hurry up and got sold or something. I don't know what she got going on, but I do want to know what's going on with that money, and I damn sure hope that Kelvin can get them financial records. because she just shouldn't be able to diddy bop around here without providing those details. And then and I loved the judge because she tried to give so much pushback, but that judge was not having it. The same way she brought her ass over there to the judge trying to get that documentary from airing. She tried to stop that, and they said absolutely not, and let that mug run. Okay? So, and then I just wonder how many other guardians she got. I do know in New York, they have like a website that's pretty open to where you can see who's under guardianship and who is in charge of them, who the guardian is. And I know she had a few on that list, but I don't know like what their background is. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this person, you know, was the founder of X, Y, and Z and they made this much money or whatever. So yeah, but I don't trust it. It's crazy. It's crazy. They're saying that Wendy owed more than $500,000 in unpaid taxes. So I bet you they got their money out of this 3.75. They got their coin. And then you still got what, $3 million or so left over. Ain't no telling what else she may have owned on the property. So if she owed anything on the property, they probably got their portion. And then the lady got a fee. So you got the $500,000 that's owed to the government. Ain't no telling what she's owed on this property, this $1 million property. So they probably got their portion. And then I don't know how much more is left over. I'm sure somebody got to get paid for managing this deal, which would have been the guardian. So then what is really left of Wendy's? I don't know. This is just a mess. It is. It's tragic. I hate it. I wish this for nobody, especially elders. Like y'all just be praying on them and doing them so wrong when they part of the reason, or, you know, I don't want to say part of the reason, but they have contributed a lot to society to help this motherfucker go around. And then y'all come in and y'all disrespect the hell out of these people. I can't take it. That's sad, girl. That's sad. But that's what's going on with Wendy. I just wanted to add my 2 cents and, you know, give y'all my thoughts and stuff like that. I really hate that for Wendy, y'all. And I know some people may feel like, I really do think some people feel like, well, that's her karma. She spent all that time doing this, that, and the other, I mean, if that's how you feel, I can't fault you on that. Feel that, girl. But at the end of the day, they are moving foul as hell as well. Okay? They are foul as hell for that. But that's all we got on Wendy. I'll let you guys continue that conversation down below in the comment section. Okay? Let's move on. Oh, hold on. Before we move on. What's up, Lakeisha? I see your comment. They probably sold it to Wells for cheap. Actually, from what I heard, they sold it to a couple. Let me see if it's in here. I don't know if it's in here, but I did get a chance. Shout out to Chronicle Speaks. I love her. I did get a chance to check out her video, and I know for a fact she mentioned that it was sold to a couple. I don't know if it's in here, but yeah, it was sold to a young couple. I think they were like in their late 30s, mid to late 30s. So it didn't go to Wells. It went to this couple. The question is, who the hell the couple is? Who are y'all? Okay. So if y'all want more on this situation, definitely go over to Chronicle Speaks. I mean, she has a ton of subscribers, so y'all probably already checked out her channel. Checked out those videos first, not sure. But if you haven't, definitely go over there and check on it, because she has like more documents and stuff. You know, she typically does that. She does a great job with that. So y'all check that out. And it's going to give you some more details for sure, because I know she's been reporting on Wendy for years. Okay, I'm one of the people that's late to the party. So she probably got a playlist over there if y'all just wanted to dive deeper into, you know, Wendy Williams. So definitely check that out. Yeah, so all right, that's all we got on Wendy. Let us go ahead and move on. Let's get into James Wright. Okay, James Wright and Krishan Rock. Y'all know that James Wright, he kind of blew up from the Patty Pies. I think he was on social media. I'm not sure which app, but he was over there singing down about them Patty Pies, honey. And that kind of grew his I would say grew his figure, if that makes sense, like public figure. Like I feel like that's when he became like a real, like well known, you know, with a lot of people. That's what made him viral, is what I say. So over time, you know, he's connected with different celebrities. He's become really close with Tamar. He works with her in some capacity, and she was doing a tour. She was doing her tour, and she invited Krishan. Why? I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why she invited that young lady. I mean, two different sides of the coin. What Marceau told Tisha, two different sides of the tracks is what it's get. I don't know why you invited Krishan at all, but Krishan was expecting to rap or perform of some sort at Tamar's thing. I believe it wasn't necessarily understood by everyone she was supposed to do that. I believe some lashing out may have come out, and she ended up, you know, pretty much assaulting James Wright. Okay, I believe she cracked some of his teeth, and he had some other stuff going on. So I believe that he was trying to sue her, and it's crazy because it took him a minute. He didn't even come out and talk about the situation. Everybody else was talking about it for him, and I feel like he did that. He didn't say anything because of embarrassment, and also I think he wasn't really ready to do a whole lot with the situation. I think they may have called it. I think the police may have been called, or at least 911 somebody. I think he got help. But I don't think he wanted to have all eyes on him, you know, because I'm sure that is embarrassing when you ain't even doing that to somebody and they just haul off and assault you or whatever. So, yeah, so now I think that he is suing her. And he done caught up with this lady at a football game. So, I know that's right. I know that's right. You better run up on her and serve that lady at that game, honey, because they was trying to serve Tyrese at the concert, but Tyrese got the hell out of Dodge, honey. They're saying that Miss Krishan was handed the legal paperwork by a process server on May 4th. Ooh, child. The process server found the reality star at Cathedral High School in Los Angeles. Krishan posted on social media she would be at the location for football practice at 6:30 p.m. Girl, y'all gonna get enough of posting y'all locations. We do understand that you guys are public figures and people need to know what's what. Okay, but it's giving, child, you either send yourself up to be robbed or send yourself up to be served. Okay, is what it's looking like. Terrible. So they're saying her announcement caught Wright's process server's eye, who utilized the information and served her at 5 p.m. Not you showed up an hour and 30 minutes early to make sure. First of all, he got there early. First of all, I can imagine the time that he showed up just to sit in the parking lot to catch her mofo. She probably thought it was a fan walking up to her child. Whole time it was a process server. I feel like them process servers be in dangerous positions because you just never know. Just like them tow truck people, they be coming out there towing on folks' cars when it's getting repoed. I feel like they be in real dangerous situations. You know what I'm saying? Real dangerous. Matter of fact, I did see a video where this lady was getting her car towed. Her car towed. And she started shooting. She started at the man. Girl, that's a mess. I hate that. Some part of me is like, girl, pay your bill. And then you won't have to worry about that. But then I feel bad for saying that because I don't know that lady financial situation. Some probably came up. You know what I'm saying? Some probably was going wrong. And she probably lost her job or something like that. But she still need her car so she could get around. You know what I'm saying? So, child. But I'm like, do you want to go to jail though? Okay, because they gonna start putting laws in place if they ain't already for y'all interfering in them tow people positions, okay, in their job and them doing what they need to do. And then at the same time, if you over there pop goes the weasel, then they gonna lock the weasel up. Okay? And so you gotta be careful about those things, ma'am. That's gonna get you in trouble. Okay. Yeah, they say she's accused of assault and battery in the lawsuit. All right, he sued her February 2024, which I'm so glad because I feel like this happened in November of last year, right? It took him some time. It took him almost a quarter just for him to come to the front and turn around and actually do something about it. So I'm glad that he did. I was like, please do something. Don't let her think that's okay because I feel like Krishan likes to walk around a lot like her stuff don't stink and can't nobody do nothing to her. And I feel like she's in that moment where she's learning that you are touchable. Not untouchable, girl, but you are touchable, ma'am. Okay? And I'm so glad it took Blueface to get locked up for you to start seeing that. Because the Lord knows I can't stand him. It's just a mess. They're saying during the short conversation, Rock commented to Wright how nice he was and how different he was from everyone else at the event who had been mean to her. Rock was crying and visibly upset because she stated everyone was lying about her not being where she was supposed to be for her part of the performance. Wright believes and based thereon alleges that Rock was misinformed about her role that evening as she was only supposed to participate in the ending of the concert performance called twerk portion. So you brought that girl out just to twerk for you? Whole time she thinking she supposed to rap? I wouldn't be surprised if her people told her she's supposed to rap because they knew that getting her to just call for twerking, she probably wasn't gonna do it. But then again, we talking about Krishan. She probably would have came either way it go. Wright believes that Rock thought she was supposed to perform and have a larger performance than what was really given. She became upset when that did not happen and stated that if he again said anything to her, because she got upset with him, they said and stated that if he again said she was not where she was supposed to be, she was going to hit him. Okay, he says, I promise you, you were not on the side of the stage, is what he said. So he said one more thing, and she turned around and she bing bopped him in the face multiple times. Okay. Multiple times, and she had rings on. Then she got on social media like the next day or later that night and showed off her rings and stuff. I feel like her rings may have had blood on them. So yeah, girl, I don't know how much he's suing her for, but I hope it's a pretty coin. I hope it's a pretty coin, and I hope that he gets his money. It's going to be easy for her to not pay him in my personal, because I feel like she may do a lot of bookings, and with that she might request cash. So I don't know, she might request some cash, or she might request that it goes into somebody else's account. Okay, but I definitely hope that he gets what's owed to him, because I don't think that was right, you know. But good luck. All right. Let's see what else I want to get into. Let's talk about Selena Powell and them. And really, we're not even talking about them a whole lot. But y'all know, for the people that watch Love is Blind, this young man was dating a nice-looking young black girl by the name of Amber Desiree. AD is her name. Well, her nickname is AD. A very pretty girl. I mean, we talked about this yesterday morning. As you watch the show, you could tell that she was more into him than he really was into her. I felt like it was a lot of signs that was there for her to, like, walk away from the situation. So I felt like towards the end, though, she was coming to her senses to say no to him. And she didn't. She got to the altar and told this man yes, and then was surprised that he said no. I was glad that he said no. I think that was the best thing for them. But here we are. We're starting to see the real reason why he said no. He talked about finances and all this and that, her personality, whatever the hell was cap. Then he kept bringing up his dad. Kept doing it. You know, my dad? Yeah, he cheated on my mom when I was in kindergarten. You know, my dad, he cheated on my mom after he picked me up from the playground. You know, my dad, he cheated on my mom before he came to my birthday party. Like, he got on my nerves, okay? It was always my dad did this, did that. Well, mama collected the daddy. She did an amazing job getting him together, because daddy was thinking he was still on that slick stuff, and mama was not having it. She's done. Right? So it's just real interesting how his mom is. And, you know, over time, you know, being a parent, you raise your kids, you may raise them to be one way. And then when they able to make their own decisions and live and experience life as they want to, they a lot of times they not going to make the decisions that you want. It may take a minute for them to come around and see that what you were saying, you was right the whole month of time. Okay? It be like that sometimes, right? So it's just like, dang, the way his mama is, I'm just shook and shocked that this is how this is a little bit, okay? But then again, we have to take into account the dad as well, right? So I guess it's not off brand. What a lot of people got from him was that he wasn't even into black women for real, for real. A lot of people called it and could see it like way earlier on in the season. And now we see him linked up with Selena Powell, who I believe, in my personal, is a white woman that gets a tan so that she can appear to be racially ambiguous. Y'all let me know if y'all know of her background, because for me, it's giving a white woman. Okay, now I don't know what she got. Y'all just let me know. And she's known to be linking up with all these variety, different types of men's and stuff like that, putting them on blast and stuff. So while he's all hugged up on her, I don't know if this is genuine, that they are actually in a relationship, or if he is seeking clout. I'm more so on the clout side, even though I do believe they smashed. But I do feel like it's more on the clout side, because he took his ass onto that show, Love is Blind, without intentions of actually being interested. For real, for real. And I don't even know, now that I think about it, even if the woman was a lighter complexion, I don't even think he would be interested in her, because I think that the whole point of him coming on the show was for clout. And I feel like as we watch the show, he just showed himself to be just fake and more and more fake. But anywho, his mom has come out and she has spoken. Shout out to the mama. Shout out to the mama. So I want to get into what the mama had to say. Let's see. Okay. Whew. The mama says, "Happy New Day. First, my number one rule for folks following me on social media, don't send me any inappropriate videos. I'm not going to call you out. However, you know who you are. Second, I didn't know who CP was until everyone started sending me her YouTube information with a yuck face. Baby, hear ye. Miss Ma'am didn't even spell the lady name. I guess she wanted to give her some initials, like she sat up there and gave you know how AD had her initials as well. So maybe that's what it was given. I don't know, child. I'm just telling y'all what the mama's saying. Okay. So anyway, let's keep going. Hold on, y'all. I done messed some up. Give me 1 second. Okay, there we go. All right. So anywho, she says, second, I didn't know who CP was until everyone started sending me her YouTube information. It's very interesting that some men will lose everything thinking that the apple is good. Ooh, woo. Is she talking to you and your daddy? She's talking to you and your mother daddy. But it's a forbidden choice. Do better. The deceiver uses old tricks to attack and destroy. Clayton Alexander. Ooh, you know you in trouble. You know you need your ass. Okay? Clayton Alexander. You know Jesus will allow things to occur. He's still trying to get your attention. Please surrender to him. It's given. You know I ain't raised your mother. It's like that. But since you want to sit out here and be a clown, I'm going to let you go out there and be a clown in the circus. And hopefully when you get tired and you don't wore yourself the fuck out and you still have a bit of yourself left, you can come back and get it together. Period. So then she says, in closing, I pray that everyone reading this gives the same attention to other things that matter, like helping support your local food banks and volunteer in your local communities. Tap the link in my bio. I know that's right. Get everybody together, Clayton mama. I hope they ready to go ahead and go to them polls and do a little piece of voting. All right. She says, I pray that everyone has a wonderful day on purpose. Signed, a straight shooter. Okay. Girl, you must be one of Mim's straight shooters, because Mim must be the only person I know that be talking about straight shooter, period. Okay. So I see it. Oh, we see each other, ma'am. Listen, I'm not mad at Clay mama. Baby, I love when she said Clayton Alexander. Yes, ma'am. First name, and I would think that's his middle name. Okay, but it might be his last name. But whatever it is, we appreciate the government. Okay, so you know you got some things to talk about. Now, see, your mama put that on social media for us, but I know she called you on the phone and cussed you the dog out. I do believe that. Is she going to let you have it? Because you're going to do what you want to do anyway. Because that's just how you is. And you've shown us that. Girl, yeah. So this right here is a mess. I'm looking forward to her going ahead and deleting this off of her page by the end of the month so that we know that it was given cap. Okay. Let me go and check her profile real quick and see if she... Girl, don't nobody care. I'm just trying to see. We not trying to see you for real, in this bad shape you have going on here, ma'am. And bad as in not good. Let me get you off my screen, ma'am. Let me get you off my screen. That's all that I have on these people. Okay, Clayton and Miss Selena. Good luck. Y'all may need it. Let's move on. Dan Schneider, baby. Let's talk about this real quick. So Dan Schneider was the subject, one of the subjects of Quiet on Set. And, you know, that's that Nickelodeon show where children, you know, brought up, well, now adults brought up very inappropriate behavior by the production staff. OK, they spoke on that. You even had a young man to be violated. OK, over there. And nothing really happened to the person that violated him. I mean, what he did 18 months locked down and then turned around and got a damn job with Disney right after that. Like, it's just crazy. OK. Meanwhile, that young man has to sit and deal with everything that has happened to him his entire life, only for him to also go on and have his own little situation with some, okay, that young man had his own situation as well. But anywho, back to Dan, child. So people were calling him out for like how he would treat like some of the female writers on the set and stuff. How close he would be. I believe it was to Amanda Bynes. And when you just look at some of the scripts that he wrote, when you watch the show, it definitely had different types of nuances of like, you know, explicit type of things. So it was like the one that sticks out to me, honestly, is the Ariana Grande and her leaning on the side of the bed and pouring water all over her body. It was really giving pee-ish is what it was giving. Squirting water from a water bottle, and then her making these weird like it was just like too much for that scene, and these supposed to be children. So once this came out, people started to drag Dan. They drug him for many things. I believe people labeled him as racist. You also had the situation of how he would treat the female employees, and then also how he would operate with the kids. And so many people were in uproar about how he handled them, you know what I'm saying, and how he just easily finagled his way, especially the man that violated I forgot the young man's name, but especially the other producer that violated that young man. So many people were in uproar about, you know, what they learned, that it was shocking to me to see some of those same people be okay with what the teacher did. Like, we just sat up here and watched a documentary on how people may go about finessing their ways into your kids' lives. And that may not have been that young man's intent, but that's kind of what is giving off of this video. Even though people would say that is very innocent, it could lead to something else due to the comfortableness from that video. But anywho, girl. So yeah, so people were calling him out about everything. So he decided he was going to have a sit down with this black man to interview. And I guess he thought that was going to change the narrative about him in some sense. And I don't think it did. So now he's decided that he was going to sue, I believe, the documentary or whoever's involved with it or whatever. He was going to sue them for how they painted him out to look. And it's so interesting that you said that you were going to sue, because now Lori Beth has come out and now she over here accusing you of some of that stuff and doing it to her. She's the one suing you. Ain't that something? This is some mess here. Former Nickelodeon producer Dan Schneider is facing new allegations of inappropriate behavior, this time from All That alum Lori Beth Denberg. In an interview with a Business Insider published Tuesday, Denberg alleged that she had a weird, abusive friendship with Schneider while working on All That. That used to be my show. Oh, ow, 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 that. I feel like that's part of where I got my name from. Amanda Bynes would be like, "That's me." So yeah, it's giving Jamie, "That's me." Hello. So, yeah. I used to love that show though. So she says, or at least the article says, which she now views as inappropriate, okay, given the power imbalance between the two. Schneider was a producer on the sketch comedy show, which the actress starred on from 94 to 98 after being casted when she was 17. Denberg alleged that starting when she was around 19, Schneider began discussing certain topics with her over the phone, and once initiated phone, okay, she and Schneider would also give each other massages when she spent evenings at his home. And you spending evenings at the house? I have to ask the parents, what the hell was y'all doing? Were y'all working? Maybe y'all was working. Y'all had a lot going on. Were you stressed the hell out? Maybe you didn't have nowhere, but your child was 17, so she could be at the house by herself. Why does she need to be up? But then they did say around 19, so let America tell you legal when you 18. So maybe that was like ow, crawl. Let's keep going. Okay. They said, and one night when she was 20 or 21, he allegedly fondled and put his mouth on her hoo-ha. Okay, on her breast. Girl, this is a... Lori Beth alleges that Dan showed her pee multiple times. And I'm not putting them past him. And I believe Lori. I hate to say it. No, I don't. I don't hate to say it. I believe Lori. And I feel like she could have potentially been preyed upon because, one, that's how they are. Two, if she were to come out and speak about it, I feel like she wouldn't have been believed because of how she looked. Which is more of a reason for them to want to choose her to, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Okay, she says showed her pee multiple times, including playing a clip in his office of a woman performing on a donkey. Done. No, he didn't. That's where all them weird ass games and stuff and antics that would be on. That's where you be getting it from. Doing OS on a donkey. She says, I feel like that is the first time he preyed on me. Dan's, I'm sorry. This is crazy. Lori's comments followed the ID documentary Quiet on Set, which delved into allegations of certain behavior behind the scenes. An interview was conducted with Kate Taylor, a reporter who was an executive producer on the series and appeared in it as a talking head. All right. Lori alleges she voiced concerns to Nickelodeon about Dan. Also, you saying you told them about this and they did nothing. She says that she voiced concerns around 2000 to the then president of Nickelodeon Entertainment. They're saying that she also told the president and the co-creator over how Amanda Bynes was treated by Schneider after noticing she looked gaunt. After doing so, Lori was allegedly barred from the set of the Amanda show, and Bynes did not participate in Quiet on Set. Now, see, here's my question. Why y'all ain't gonna grab Lori up for her to be on this damn Quiet on the Set? Because her story deserved to be told, too. Did y'all not think to reach out to her? How did y'all go about vetting and choosing who y'all brought on the show to speak on this? Did they come to you, Lori, and you said that you didn't want to discuss it? You weren't at that place right now. What was going on? Because she definitely should have been on there so that her voice could be heard for real. What else? They're saying Dan Schneider says Lori accusations are wildly exaggerated. Wildly exaggerated? That's the first part you want to use and then turn around and say in most cases false? Do you know how that sounds? Wildly to me, okay, it sounds weird to me to say wildly exaggerated and in most cases false. That sounds to me like there was a possibility of some inappropriate behavior. To me. And I feel like what it sounds like you displayed certain behavior to her that you would now try to say that she mistook or misunderstood or whatever the case is. So honestly, hearing this leaves me, and I'm sure others, to believe her even more. You kind of sound guilty here. Wildly exaggerated, in most cases false. What? Nah, you did something you ain't had no business, and you, now that she's speaking out about it, you want to try and pull a card of, oh, she took it the wrong way. That's not what I meant. That's not how it was. What happened was, that's what that sounds like, sir. That's what that's giving. The fact that that an executive producer of Quiet on the Set would pursue allegations regarding what may have happened between adults nearly 30 years ago, only a week after I filed a defamation lawsuit accusing Quiet on the Set of being intentionally false and misleading, seems more than coincidental. Does it? Not really. I do see why. I can see why he would say that. Because I'm even asking, why was she not a part of the documentary to begin with? Right? But I feel like this is also your way of trying to discredit her, because it's coming after your lawsuit. And maybe she could have been sent back being disgusted. You know what I'm saying? And maybe she could have got the support to finally do it. She could have been sent back being disgusted by you trying to defend yourself, knowing what it is that you did, and the audacity of you to want to sue these people for defamation. Let me go ahead and shut you down and let people know what you really are, since you want to try and play that card. So I don't know. I feel like she don't like the play that you tried to make trying to sue folks on that front, and she wants to expose you. He says, as I have previously stated, there were times, particularly in the earlier years of my career, that I made mistakes. Didn't I tell y'all this man just told on his stuff not too long ago, and exhibited poor judgment as a leader? If I did that with respect to Lori Beth, I sincerely, good night. I'm this man, you did it. Like, that's what it's giving. That's what it looks like. You may not have done it, so you say allegedly, whatever, but how you're wording things make you seem guilty. He says, if I did that with respect to Lori, I sincerely apologize to her, but I cannot apologize for things I did not do. So when you say that, how it sounds, it lends itself to you actually, you know what I'm saying? Like, In Quiet on Set, Schneider faced allegations of inappropriate behavior on the set of his Nickelodeon shows, including asking employees for massages. And I feel like we saw this. They showed us like actual video or photo of him getting massages, like showing staffers pee and creating an overall toxic workplace. In March, he released a video admitting he definitely at times didn't give people the best of him and was sometimes straight up rude and obnoxious. So when you come out and you admit some things, it's hard for people to not, believe when folks come out against you. You slicker telling on yourself. All right. In addition to Snyder, the documentary also delved into allegations against convicted SOs, okay? While it is indisputable that two bona fide child SAs worked on Nickelodeon shows, it is likely indisputable that Schneider had no knowledge of their A, was not complicit in the A, condemned the A once it was discovered, and critically was not a child SA himself. Schneider's complaints, this is what the complaint said, okay? Defendants have destroyed Schneider's reputation and legacy through the false statements and implications that Schneider is exactly that. This is going to be a tough case for him, in my opinion, because in order for them to award him any type of defamation, whether Lori came out and said this now or not, they would have been, to defend themselves, they would have went back into the entire archives of Nickelodeon and interviewed with anybody that may have felt a way about you, and they would have brought those people to the front. And now you got Lori coming to the front saying that it happened to her. I don't think you're going to win this defamation case, and I do think that you might end up owing her some money. And based on the things that you're saying, this is why attorneys tell y'all to shut the hell up. This is why attorneys tell y'all to stop talking in my personal. Because then things like this can happen. Because if I'm reading this and dissecting this, imagine what a person that's educated and experienced in the field of law is going to do with this. Whew, child, this is some messy stuff here, honey. Well, good luck. I hate that. Ooh, child. All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on as we stay in this realm, but we are going to leave this realm at some point, I promise. Okay, let's go ahead and get into Mr. Ack. Okay, because they are also accusing him of art and defamation. Okay, there is a young woman that has come to the front to sue him. Okay, so let's get into this story, because I feel like I heard about this story like last year. I feel like there were conversations about him being involved in what happened to a young woman. And not necessarily was it that he participated, because that's what I wasn't clear on last year. But it was just the fact that he was aware of it is what a lot of people were saying. So here we are. This young lady is coming to the front now. And we are in the time where people are getting their just due civilly if they cannot get it criminally. Here we go. And sometimes I do feel like if you got an entourage with you that don't know how to act, that may use your I don't even want to say him as a celebrity, but may want to use your status, okay, as a way to get in with certain people or whatever, and then commit whatever crimes or violate whatever they do. Sometimes I feel like a person should be held accountable for that, but then sometimes not, because they may not be aware of what's happening. But considering the fact with your situation, and I believe there were video people were highlighting, he was like in the vicinity. He was in the area. So people feel like he knew what the hell was going on. Your situation may be a little different. All right, but they're saying that Academics, a media personality and host of Off the Record podcast, has been sued for allegedly R-ing a woman. They're saying in a civil lawsuit filed in New Jersey Superior Court Monday, which was obtained by USA Today. They're saying that Zaya, because I don't want to mess up her first name, alleged that Academics, whose real name is Livingston Allen. I'll never unsee it, Livingston. I'm going to start calling you Livingston. Livingston. That is your name, Livingston. And you over here talking about some academics. Baby, we know you ain't hood, how you be trying to sit up here and portray Livingston. Okay. They're saying she also alleged that two unnamed accomplices, probably drugged her. All right. And they also committed the crime as well. And it happened at Livingston's home. All right. They're saying that Zaya, described as a writer who lives in Pennsylvania, sued Livingston and two of the John Does. Oh, great. Because, see, when I was hearing this headline, I thought that it was only Ack being sued. So now I'm so glad that she was able to identify who the other two guys were. And so now you guys will be held responsible for the SA, the negligent infliction of emotional distress and defamation, and requested a jury trial. Baby, y'all requested a jury trial? Y'all really want this out? But it's civil. Y'all really want this out? Okay. Tyrone Black. I don't be trusting Tyrone no more, y'all. I trust this woman's story. But he definitely be playing it up for the blogs. Like, he definitely be feeding and adding sauce. You know what I'm saying? But what I will say is I haven't read any court docs. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we're gonna, now that he's over this case, if you pay attention, we're gonna start getting a story about Act every week about Mr. Livingston. But because this story was already out there, though, definitely believe it. Now, I don't know how muddy Mr. Blackburn is going to get with the blogs, but I don't think this girl lying by far at all. And whatever is owed to her, I hope she get it. At all. It's just like, dang, that's your attorney? I don't know about him sometimes, you know, but her story, I do believe her story is true. I just don't know about her attorney. But anywho, so they're saying litigation is always the last resort after several unsuccessful attempts to resolve this case private. Oh, and y'all try to resolve it privately? Well, let me scale back just a bit, because he definitely be putting a lot of stuff in the blog. So y'all have tried to resolve this. I changed my statement. I take it back, okay? They have tried to solve this in the private. And she was left with no choice but to file. Livingston hubris will be his downfall. What? After several unsuccessful attempts to resolve this case privately, Zaya was left with no choice but to file. Livingston hubris. Oh, she was left with no choice but to file. Livingston's hubris will be his downfall. Okay, that's what they're saying. So ACT does respond to the suit. All right, let's see what he has to say. In a live stream, he says, I'm going to go against my very high-priced attorney's advice today, but I'm still not going to say much. My only comment should really be whatever this is will be handled in court. Just know, according to the law and according to the police and according to all sanctioning governing authorities, Livingston is an innocent man who has not ever been charged with anything of the sort that has to do with any deviancy or anything like that. Has never been charged, will never be charged. That's a fact. And you also said Drake was going to win that battle and he lost. That was not a fact. And I don't know if this is a fact either. So you might want to be quiet. He called the lawsuit a shakedown, and this is a money tree situation. So they're saying that Zaya says she started casually dating Livingston after meeting through social media in 2021. The July 2022 incident took place about a year after they last saw each other. So first of all, this young lady was casually dating you or whatever. You bring her around your homeboys. And from what I heard, he was trying to say that, and I'll say allegedly, was trying to say that she, like, it was an intention, like she meant to do that. She allowed them to do XYZ. And that's so weird to me, because this is supposed to be a person that you're dating. Why would you even go to sleep? Because I think they were saying he went to sleep or whatever. Why would you even leave her up with them folks? Like, anywho, after arriving at Livingston's New Jersey home on July 16th in 2022, she alleged that John Doe 1 and John Doe 2 fixed her a drink that happened to have something in it. They gave her something that had, along with the alcohol, while she was in a hot tub before SAing her on Livingston's pool deck while she was unconscious. She also alleged that Livingston did the same thing to her afterwards. Now, according to her lawsuit, Zaya went to the police to report the assaults and had no SA forensic exam performed. I wonder why. She says the complaint also states that Zaya believes police used evidence provided by her to obtain a warrant from a judge and get a hold of footage and evidence of the assault. Mr. Allen and his two accomplices, SA, severely injured Zaya, causing significant physical and psychological pain and suffering, loss of dignity, and invasion of privacy. Livingston's public statements added to the harm Zaya was already silently suffering with. They're saying that Zaya says she remained silent until Livingston took to his social media accounts in December, and accused Zaya of voluntarily having an OG with his friends at his home while maintaining that he never participated at all. Not that's supposed to be somebody you're dating and then you accuse them of voluntarily going to do something like that. This is horrible. They're saying that Livingston seemingly confirmed a police investigation had been conducted and claimed he was cleared of no wrongdoing, okay? He was cleared of any wrongdoing. He says, I told the truth. Hey, the police came. They looked. We gave them everything. Pretty much everything is documented, caught on videotape. They got to see it with their own eyes. Not only did they say, Livingston, you good, and that's not just a word of mouth, you're officially cleared. We could not bring any criminal charges. You are not criminally liable. Also, anybody else in the situation was also cleared. Now, see, I'm gonna have to see the video then if that's what the police said, and that's written down as a statement that they clear in this case and they done dropped it. What was on the video? Now, see, I don't know how it works in civil court, but I am wondering if they can, and if it's necessary to get a reaction, like based on, like, let's say she probably gave off some type of response that appeared as though she was interested in that. What possible drug would cause a person to react in that manner and get an expert to come out and speak to that? You know, I feel like more tests and stuff should have definitely, you know, been ran so that her evidence would be like more, you know, solidified and concrete. But I don't know. I wonder. There is a clip, so I do want to hear what he says in this clip here. So, you know what? I don't even want to blow it up. Let's just do this.
Again, I can't talk about too much just because I've paid lawyers to handle court. And these people who are coming at me are hoping that I f that up by handling it on social media. The police wants nothing to do with this. They're saying there is no crime. The cops have said, peace. There ain't no crime that we could prove. That's what they've said. We're out of this. Do you know who's the lawyer representing whoever against me? Y'all know the lawyer? Who y'all think that lawyer is? Is it possible that that person who really seen the money grab was really the Diddy stuff?
I had to stop him right there just so I could say I hate that we both see the same thing in Tyrone. Not the exact same thing. I think my issue be more so how he be with the social media stuff. He over here talking about a money grab. But that's just interesting.
And who was the biggest covering the Diddy stuff? That lawyer allegedly reached out to some people of mine saying, if ACT continues to doubt what we are purporting against Diddy, remember, we could file a lawsuit on him too. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this about everybody in the industry. I'm going to tell y'all all this right now. If ACT ever goes down, y'all all go down with me. Because I hold no secrets for nobody.
Sir, that's a little guilty for me. That's a little piece of, am I tripping? That's a little piece of guilty for me. If I go down, y'all all going down with me? And then the other thing for me is if your attorneys told you to shut the hell up, why is you talking? And pretty much telling the situation of you speaking against the Diddy stuff. He gonna definitely use that against you in court in some type of way. You're giving him a leg up in some type of capacity. And I'm sure that's why your attorneys want you to shut the hell up. So no leg up is given to him. But I feel a way. Because I'm like, I don't like that. I'm like, why didn't the police run a test? Did she possibly say she didn't want one ran on her? And so y'all chose to just go to the house to get the footage? I think a test should have been ran. I don't think any person should be able to say that and they not go ahead and run it. Because then y'all would have had the evidence there, in my personal. And then you'll be able to match up whatever was on the photo, but then, I mean, on the video. But then now y'all saying that nothing happened on the video. And I'm like, maybe it was the angles of the video. Maybe y'all couldn't really see nothing on the video. And that's why y'all like, we have no evidence of what happened. Well, get some. Y'all ain't run no test. I think that was a disservice. I don't know. We shall see. I don't know. We shall see. I definitely heard this story a while ago, though. But I don't know what to think of it. We'll have to wait and see how it's going to play out. But that last statement you gave me, that right there was giving you did something you had no business doing. If I go down, y'all all going down with me. Okay, honey. That's okay. Good luck. Whew. All right, let's keep going. Okay. I believe we're getting into, is this what, Escape? Yes, it is. All right. We're about to go ahead and talk about Escape. Y'all know they on tour, SWV. And you know, somebody sent it to me. Let me see if I can find it on Twitter real quick. So right before SWV and Escape got ready to do this interview with the Breakfast Club.
I can't talk about
Hold
too
on one
much.
second. With the Breakfast Club, I think it was Tasha. Not Tasha. Which one was it? I think it was Coco. I think Coco went live. Yep, it was Coco. Coco went live, and I guess Latasha had hopped in the chat, or at least that's what people were saying, that Latasha Scott was in the chat, and then she was watching them, and Coco's reaction was funny. So I'm like, are you and Tasha not as close anymore? Because I thought y'all was the closest. So y'all not cool or close anymore? What's going on? Let's get into it. Now she got up and left. And I said it loud on here too. Cha, what's the going on over there with you and Latasha Scott? What is it really giving? Are y'all not cool anymore? Is what I want to know. But speaking of Latasha Scott, of course, Candy, Tiny, and then Tamika, they all are there, and they're gonna talk about Tasha pretty much not suing them, but she sent in like, I guess, a cease and desist. She tried to stop their tour from happening. Okay, so she sent something to Mona, so we're gonna let them chime in about it. And I want y'all to just notice how Tamika is sitting in this portion of the interview so far.
How does I don't know if this is true, but they said Latasha filed a lawsuit against the group. Is that true?
Well, she didn't file a lawsuit against us. She sent a letter to Mona.
She sent a letter.
She sent a letter.
Yeah, she sent a letter.
It's over.
Yeah, I think it was more of a scare tactic, but it didn't work. I mean, you know, we kind of already knew our rights.
Yeah. How does that impact the personal relationship, though?
Well, as of right now, we don't really have a personal relationship. You know what I'm saying? We don't really speak. I don't even think we have her number, for real. They changed their number. So, you know, we're just going on, moving. You know, it comes to us. But, you know, we're just doing that regular daily thing, moving around like, you know.
But when it's your sister.
It is our sister.
You know what I mean?
More so, you know, her blood sister.
Yeah.
But, you know, what life is bringing us.
I ain't got shit to say.
Like to talk about it too
Christmas
much.
dinner is wonderful. I have a wonderful family, my children. I'm a grandma, a wonderful husband from the New York. He's from New York City. What's up? New York. What's up, babe? Yeah, life is good. You know, sometimes you have to separate in order for certain people to know your worth, and until they know it, you just be separated. But life goes on.
And sometimes you gotta separate from people closest to you.
Yeah. Whether that be family, friends, or whatever. Definitely.
Now you know she
Does it
finna
make
be
you feel
mad
any
at
guilt
you.
though when y'all out on the road?
No
like,
guilt. When you're not in the wrong, you don't feel guilt.
Right.
Ooh.
Ain't that the truth, girl?
How does I don't know if this is
Not Lily over there chiming in, baby. I say, now you know Tasha finna be mad as hell at you, girl. She gonna be mad that you came through and chimed in, honey. Miss Mona said that it's over, it's done. It's over and done. But the heartache moves on. Soon, what Beyonce said? I want to go listen to that song now. I done forgot what the damn song called. All I'm thinking about is Tonight. But anywho, somebody says, I don't see where they talked bad about Latasha. Secondly, they have a right to speak on it because this involves the group, not personal family matter. That lady and her husband was taking food off their table and making backdoor deals. That's not including what she took from her sister personally. Tasha, baby. This is why you gotta not act like you're bigger than the group and then do this on a television show. And instead of moving like everybody owes you something, I don't know. I don't know what you need to move like. You know what I'm saying? I guess move like you need them. Because I feel like that's how you moving now. You need them because once this show dropped and your sister came down to the YouTube and aired y'all the hell out. Your husband was caught out there in Vegas with somebody else. And then that woman went on Tasha's platform to give all the tea, receipts, video, everything. And then you over here trying to preach to the saints. I don't even think the album did good, and I just feel like a lot of people they just don't trust you, and it's just a bad look. And I feel like the only reason why y'all are not back together is pride. What J. Cole said, pride is the devil. It's what it's giving. Pride is the devil. Just admit that you may have done some wrongs. I think your sister want her money though. I want to tell you to admit that you've done some things wrong, but I really think your sister want her money. You know what I'm saying? Along with you possibly apologizing and admitting your fault in some of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? I think all the ladies may want an apology, but I think it's too much pride there. And I feel like Tasha wanted to show that she could make it without them. And I think she thought that it was her time, and maybe it was. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it was time for exposure. And you thought that it was time for you to excel, and it didn't work out that way. Like, it's just really a sad thing. But you know, this group is pushing on, and them tickets seem to be doing very well. And I wish that I was able to go, but I got some other concerts that's too close to this one. So I was like, oh, girl, that's doing too much. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to go. And I had already got them tickets before they announced this. So I was like, damn. But anyway, girl, let me see. Somebody says Tasha always thought she was bigger than the group. In my opinion, life shook her when that solo career tanked. Also, she's not the best singer of the four. It's actually her sister, Tamika. Baby, Tamika been singing down all Tasha lines. Oh, yes. Somebody says me and my sister can fight tooth and nail, and I still won't allow people to talk down on her name in front of me. Well, when you've crossed certain lines with your sister and you allow other folks to talk down on you, and so much so let your husband insinuate that I tried to do something inappropriate with him, BITCH, hands off. Let me mind my damn business, because guess what? You've been choosing that NIGGA over me all this time and doing me wrong down bad. I ain't got nothing. My name been in it, and I ain't in it. I don't care if I am your sister. These ladies grown. They should be able to allow themselves to express however they feel. I don't even think these people talked down on her. They just kept it honest to whatever the situation was. So she has slighted them. So that's that. I don't think that's somebody says, Candy, you don't like nobody speaking on your family, mainly your mama's shenanigans. So I think you should sit this one out. The fact that they speaking before her blood sister is crazy. BITCH, are you not noticing that the blood sister is sitting there not saying anything? She didn't want to contribute to the conversation. Even when she did contribute to it, she didn't really want to touch on it. In addition to that, it's a group. It's about the group. It's about the group. It's not even just only about Tamika. It's layers to the situation. In my personal, it's layers to the situation. But yeah, so that's pretty much that. Y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below on how y'all feel about this whole escape thing, Latasha not being included. What do you think Latasha needs to do to come back and get back to her sister and get back to this group? And honestly, y'all, I'm starting to think that even if she mended fences with her sister and she mended fences with the group, I feel like her reputation is still a bit tainted. You know what I'm saying? I think people will come, watch, enjoy the music for what it is. But I feel like Latasha Scott's name does have a bit of a stain on it based on everything that was put out there about her. And then you got the husband sitting up there. Then he even messed it up for her and him. He went and did an interview with Tasha, and you know, over the phone. I don't even know if it was an interview. It was over the phone, so I don't know if she told him she was recording. I feel like she did say she was recording. I can't remember, but all I do know is that this NIGGA sat up there and said they got an open marriage, only for this fool to get her. So she got on live, and I believe she too said they have an open marriage as well. No. I think she said they have an open marriage. I can't remember what he said. Maybe he said it too. But I do believe it came out of Tasha's mouth. So you also messed that up as well. But you over here trying to push and peddle this Christian music. It wasn't a good look. And that's what really got her dragged. But anywho, that's what's going on, honey. Good luck. All right, y'all. So now we're about to get into what I feel like a lot of people want to talk about. A lot of people want to hear about. Make sure that you guys are liking up the video. Shout out to the 500 people we have here. Definitely go ahead and help get us to 300 likes, okay? Listen, we about to talk about this Real Housewives of Atlanta. I am a small bit of excited. I am. I'm really happy that they finally came out and they have confirmed a cast to us. We have been hearing ever since Portia signed on, in January or whatever, and she announced like her divorce like 2 weeks later. But ever since she signed on, we just knew that something was about to go down, like by the end of February, top of March, that they were going to be filming. But you know, it took some months. We kept hearing they was going to film at the end of every month, at the end of March, at the end of April. Now it's the end of May. Portia finally came out and did say that filming was getting ready to happen. So here we are. It is actually indeed getting ready to happen. And they confirmed the ladies, y'all. So we're about to get into this article by Love B. Scott. Oh, that's perfect. Perfect. Okay, yeah. So I think I'll be off in good time. And hold on one second. Let me, sorry, y'all. This is my man. Hold on one second. Okay. Awesome sauce. Okay, so, we're going to get into this article over here on Love B. Scott. I am a bit excited that filming is about to start happening. We're about to get another season and we're getting some fresh faces. I am not overly excited because I am concerned with the production of Real Housewives the past few seasons. I am concerned that the show still may not give even with the new faces. And I think it's because of production. And I hate to call y'all out. And I don't hate to call y'all out. But I would hate for y'all to like lose y'all jobs or whatever like that, girl. Because the people calling y'all out. But listen, y'all can get different people all day. But y'all also better not be trying to come through and recycle any old storylines of what we saw already. I want to see some fresh stuff. I don't want to see nothing about nobody pulling up and not getting invited to a party or whatever. Or they get dressed up, come up to the person's house, and then they ain't make it to the party. And didn't Kim do that to Nene? I think Kim had a party, Nene got dressed or whatever, came to the party, and she wasn't able to come in. I don't want none of that. Get original. Figure out something else. Give us new people. Give us new storylines. Some stuff we ain't never seen before. Some stuff we probably didn't even consider. Okay? Not just new faces. So that's why I'm kind of like 50-50. I'm excited they getting started, but I don't know. Is it really what is it going to give? Okay? But y'all gotta let me know. Y'all gotta let me know how y'all feeling about this cast, okay? So let's go ahead and get into this article, all right? So they're saying the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16 cast is here. Portia Williams, Kenya Moore, and Drew Sidora. Listen, those are two people I definitely wanted to return, and that is Drew Sidora and Kenya Moore. I already know a lot of people don't see it for Drew. And sometimes I be up and down with Drew, okay? I do. But I wanted to see her come back. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Drew she'll be all right. We might like Drew this season. We shall see. I don't know, girl. I hope we like you more this season. And I do want to see what's happening with her and Ralph. Are you guys going to really get this divorce, or are y'all playing in our damn face? Which one is it? Because we not hearing no divorce headlines like about y'all like we hearing about Portia and Simon. Okay, do you tiptoe downstairs and still get it in with your man because you don't want to go hunch on somebody else, or is he tiptoeing upstairs to come and hunch on? Like, what's really going on, or have y'all moved into the same bed now? What's happening over there in Drew Sidora's household? Okay. Kenya Moore, I'm just glad she coming back because she loves to test the newbies. She be wrong as hell, but she loves to kind of like try the girls for real. So I'm interested in seeing that. All I ask Kenya, don't pull nobody else's chair from up under them, because the way you did Kim Fields, I was not here for you. It was a long time. I ain't started being here for Kenya until I think season 15, 14, 15, one of the two. I think after she got married, left, and she was gone. And then when she came back, I think that's when I started back, like, not my first time ever. That's when I started to like Kenya. But yeah, so I don't want to see that, but I do want you to, like, I mean, you know what I'm saying, test the girls just a little piece. Portia coming back, she's saying, because I'm real. Portia says she's going to be real as she returns to the show. So we going to see what Portia's giving y'all. I am concerned for Portia's storyline, as I've told you guys in plenty of videos. Her and Simon are going through it, and he is trying to prevent himself from being a part of her damn storyline. Okay, so I'm like, no, it's been playing out on social media. I want to see it play out on the show. How are y'all going to go about doing that? Because he don't want to have nothing to do with it. So I'm not trying to see Portia and Dennis the whole damn time, because I'm not trying to see that. And baby Pilar. Okay, so give us a little something. We gonna see. And Portia, don't shy away when the ladies are trying to have a conversation with you about your man. You're gonna have to sit in it, okay? But anywho, they're saying there's been a lot of chatter. All right. But we're about to get into it because B. Scott has the tea. All right. So as previously announced, Kenya Moore and Portia Williams have signed on to return and are excited to get back in the mix. Now, y'all know the people that's not returning, that is what's her name? Marlo Hampton, Sheree, Sonya, and Courtney. They're not coming back. Sheree has been one of the most revolving housewives there have been. And I know a lot of people have dragged Sheree about that, and I'm sure myself included. But I don't think that's really a bad position to be in. Like, yes, she might get laid off or whatever like that, but it doesn't mean that Bravo won't pick her up for other opportunities or different stuff, you know, or Peacock, shall I say, pick her up for other opportunities and stuff with Peacock. But that also shows to me that she might have a decent relationship with the network that they can keep bringing her damn back. So, you know, yeah, so we shall see. But anywho, let's keep going. Portia bringing along her good friend Shamia, who will be a full-time cast member. Now, there have been a lot of talks of people feeling a way about Miss Shamia. She looks so beautiful in this photo. Now, I'm not mad at Shamia being a housewife. I don't know why people so upset about it. I would not mind seeing her, I'm seeing her live her real life as a housewife. Okay? Only thing I don't want to see is Shamia always upholding Portia in her BS. I don't feel like Shamia is going to do that. I feel like there's been times where she's called Portia out. Primarily, I feel when Portia was getting too close to Phaedra. So I just want Shamia just like, but there's also been times where Shamia has just had too much of Portia's back. And it's like, chill out. She be creating situations for herself. So let her defend herself. Okay? That's what we be wanting. But I'm willing to give Shamia a chance to see how she does it. Now, can I also say, I don't know, but I do wonder if this could possibly end their friendship with Shamia being on this show. So many people over here talking about how, why Shamia gotta be on the show? Shamia. Okay. But look though, Shamia could potentially come on this show and fuck around and be a fan favorite. Who knows? It could give a bit of Mariah and Quan. Okay? If Portia all excited and happy now, that Shamia getting on this show. But if Shamia start getting this camera time and start winning this audience over and start becoming that girl that she already is, okay, but with a bigger audience, girl, that would be interesting. And the fallout may not happen this season. It can happen next season. You know, sometimes I do feel like Portia can, in my personal, come off a bit self-centered. And, you know, can potentially be, you know, I think she definitely got that jealous spirit in her as well. So, yeah, I feel like Shamia might be able to do that. Come in, be that girl, become a fan fave. And I just hope that Portia's going to be able to be okay with that. Now, I don't know if Portia could have pitched her good friend to be on the network because she knew she was going to need some support, knowing that Kenya may dig in that ass, and and knowing that these new girls going to be on that ass possibly. So she probably wanted Shamia there for support, but Shamia would have been there anyway because she would have been a friend of. Now Shamia has rose from friend of to a fucking peach holder. I just pray to God that she doesn't turn out to be like a Marlo. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure some people were glad Marlo finally got a peach, and then Marlo came in and kind of disappointed us because she wanted so bad to be seen type thing. Like, I don't know. It was just something awkward. Like, she just would force a lot. Like, it would give off force sometimes. So, Shamia, I just hope she comes on just being herself, her natural self. And I think people just going to gravitate to her personality and just like her. At least that's what I'm hoping. So, we'll see. All right. Somebody says, I'm worried for Shamia's marriage. It was rumored her hubby didn't want her to be full-time, but now all of a sudden she is. That could be true. I wonder if she may have had a conversation with him. And I also wonder if he didn't want her to be one because of her schedule. I wonder what's on her list of things that she may have going on or something like that. Because I think she does like the Atlanta Hawks. I feel like she's an announcer of some sort with the Atlanta Hawks. I thought she was on like a radio station as well. And ain't no telling what other things she's managing. She has 2 daughters. So you're probably right. But I just wonder like what was it about and what smoothed him over to being okay with her being a part of this show. Yeah, but I hope that their marriage is not threatened by the show. I hope not. Like, I'll never forget when Cal of Real Housewives Beverly Hills, remember she sat down at that table and she said, I think she said this on Girls Trip, if you get a divorce or whatever while you're doing reality TV, that's because you are already having issues in your marriage. Like, the issues were already there before reality television. So now that her and Mauricio over there separate, it's given, did y'all already have issues a long periodical time ago? Or did your issues start while you was on this motherfucking show? Because, girl, I saw one of them episodes, and I just didn't like how she was responding to him. It was like she didn't even want to hug the man. I'm like, damn, you come off like you disgusted about him. But anyway, girl, this is not about Miss Kyle. But anywho, I hope that Shamia's marriage does not waver throughout this. You know what I'm saying? Throughout this process. So I'm excited about it a bit. To see what she could do. Okay. They're happy to report that Drew will keep her peach for another season. I know that's right, Drew. Get up your money. Just in case you got to get the hell up out that house. But girl, you better not leave that house. Because if you leave that house like Portia did, you going to turn around and have them damn locks changed and stuff. And you already know how Ralph do because he be having the cameras all over the damn place, right? You know that, right? So he gonna already know when he gonna know about you being on the street because he's going to receive a detection as soon as you hit left and you turn onto the street. It's going to be a notification coming to his phone saying Drew is up the road. So he's already got his parameters and things set up when it comes to you. So just make sure you get your coins and everything in order, girl. But don't leave that house too much because if y'all sell it, you need to get your piece, okay? Go and get your piece of it. But let's keep going. All right, they're saying the rest of the fresh peaches rounding out the Real Housewives of Atlanta cast is as follows. Miss Brittany Edie. All right, this is Brittany Edie. Now, I do want to know more about Brittany Edie, so let me see. I do believe that this is her Instagram page, so I went and I found her, and it looks like she is an insurance expert. Give me 1 second. All right. It looks like she is an insurance expert, but I'm not really sure what type of insurance. Okay. She offers an insurance class as well. Insurance agent. I would want to think she's talking about health insurance. I'm not sure. I have to skim through her page and see what she really getting into. All right. Not a bad looking woman. Okay. I'm looking forward to seeing what her personality is and how she is as well. Because I've never heard of her before. And I like that. I like that it's not people that we've kind of seen on social media and kind of made a social media name for themselves. And then now they're on television. I don't know. I kind of like that. Like, yeah, she got all these followers, but also We don't know this lady. I know I don't. Y'all let me know. Do y'all know Brittany Edie? Do y'all know her? And I hope I said her name right. Edie or Eddie. I don't know this lady. So for me, I'm looking forward to so when I say I'm excited, I'm talking about that 50%. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. Oh, so she put this up 10 weeks ago. I just clicked on it. She says, this year is so personal. I typically bring in my B-Day somewhere on a private island. But this year I felt a calling to give you guys what you've been asking for, a guide to launching a successful insurance agency. Anything worth having is worth sacrificing for. I'm in a cold-ass Cleveland, pushing my brand and sacrificing for the ladies who want a better tomorrow. Okay, Brittany. I hope you're not fake as hell, Brittany. I hope don't nobody be trying to sit up there and say you do any scams, and then I hope ain't nobody, waiting behind so they can come and air you out with the. Now see, Brittany, I don't know about this photo here, right here, babe. This squat down on this man. Now I go crazy about mine. Well, girl, we about to see, honey. Well, okay, I ain't mad at it. We're gonna see about Miss Brittany. I just hope all the new ladies do not come on trying to force it. Just come on being yourself and allow it to organically flow how it's supposed to flow. I feel like as the audience, we can tell when y'all just doing too damn much. Okay? Do not come on there trying to be like Ineka. All right? Hopefully y'all got some good producers. All right, let's get to the next person. Next person we have is Kelly Farrell. Or is it Farrell? All right. She is a restaurant owner and she is also a author. Okay. So Miss Ma'am know how to cook. Okay. Over here just getting into her little IG page. Just a little piece. Girl, y'all show is flashy, honey. Y'all show is pulling out, the Rolls Royces, the yachts and stuff. This is what the people say they wanted. They wanted rich folks. So I'm hoping that these people are actually rich and not rich, or shall I say rich in real life and not rich on social media. So I would love to see it, honey. I would think she got coin. Miss Ma'am is a restaurant owner, and I'm wondering exactly how many restaurants does she own. Ooh, women in restaurants? So do you help people get set up or something? Oh, okay. Oh, so this is like a community for all women that own their restaurants. And y'all, I think that's unique. I think that's dope. That's pretty dope. Okay. This should be nice. Okay, Miss Kelly Farrell. Okay, it's giving coined up. What y'all think of Miss Kelly? Y'all let me know, honey. Let's go ahead and hop over and let's see who else we got. They also have Angela Oakley. Girl, it's giving money long. Do y'all see that? To me, I feel like from my system that I'm looking at, I can see the money long. And this is no disrespect or shade or anything to her, but when I saw her nose, I was like, oh, she may have had a little work done. It makes me think of I feel like a lot of people go and get this type of nose on them. One of the other people I thought, the first person was Money Long, because I feel like Money Long got work done to her nose as well. And it's similar to that. And also it made me think of, Pepper from Salt and Pepper. Yeah, it made me think of her too. But, okay, Miss Ma'am. So this is Angela Oakley. Okay, she's an entrepreneur. She is in finance and real estate. Okay, go ahead, Miss Ma'am. So this is her husband. I wonder how he gonna feel being on this show. Oh, look at here. Okay, so it looks like she got some kids and stuff, but who is who? So like she got an older daughter, a younger daughter, and another. Okay, all right. Somebody is from Nassau or what? Okay, so cool. I'm here for it. Look like Miss Ma'am may be plugged in and stuff. That's what's up. I think they got some very beautiful ladies to join the cast. The ladies seem to be doing good financially. And then I'm really looking at this follower count because she got less than 4,000. So once this, Michelle A, that's a good one. Latoya Latoya Jackson, but I'm also thinking about Latoya Luckett. I'm thinking about her too. But But yeah, these ladies seem like they got it together. They got a little piece of corn and stuff. So I'm looking forward to this. Y'all let me know how y'all feeling about Cynthia being a friend of the show. I don't know. I hope if Cynthia is going to be a friend of the show, she's going to kind of like, I don't know, stir up the pot just a little bit or something. And that would be interesting because a lot of times people would watch the show and they would feel like Cynthia don't really give a whole lot. Right? They'll feel like, oh, I'm sure I said it too. Like, Cynthia, she ain't giving us now, whatever. So that'll be interesting if she didn't give us a whole lot, but then turned around and was being Missy Boots, honey, down to the ground as a friend of. All right, so we'll just have to see. I am kind of interested in seeing her dynamic with Kenya because I think they've been working on a friendship because I think they had fell out at one point. And since she's been going through this divorce and stuff, and now she's finally divorced, they probably got a bit closer. So, yeah, Miss Cynthia came back and got that peach, or at least half of that peach, because she's gonna be a friend of. And I'm not mad at it. And that might be a better role for Cynthia because she probably ain't gonna want people all in her dating life no more, all in her love life and what she doing and who she doing. Okay, but yeah, that is the cast. That is the cast at this time, and they will be doing some filming. They're starting to film, so I wonder who's gonna be coming on as whose friend. You know how people like introduce folks to the show. Well, there we are, y'all. That's the ladies of Real Housewives of Atlanta, Sweet 16. Excuse me. Y'all continue to leave your thoughts and comments down below and let me know how you feeling about everything that we just talked about. I am going to go ahead and head out. All right. I am Jamie. That's me. Make sure that you guys are liking up the video, subscribing to the channel, sharing the video, following me on Instagram and Twitter at Jamie. That's me. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some batteries. Stand for my honor, but you run no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad one.